Blue collar guns and gear. This is a video response to Gun Enthusiast. I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the description. He is a great guy, a really good patriot, and he has a lot of good stuff on his channel. He hits on all the right subjects that matter to to law-abiding Americans who want to defend themselves. He has a really great channel, so I want to ask you to go check him out and give him a like and a subscribe. And I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel and all my brother channels who have had good words for me and asked people to come check me out, like Mule Team 66 and Agent Chaos and guys like that. Great guys. I mean, we're all a community, and there's strength in unity. So let's unite. Everyone unite. But we have to, because everything's on the line right now. And I really appreciate these guys. But this is a video response to Gun Enthusiast about home defense setups, not necessarily tactics. That's a separate video that I'm going to do later. But this is for home defense setups. And so I appreciate everyone who has subscribed, though. And I hope that I'm giving out some good information to everyone. For me, my AK, that's going to be my first one to go to. Where I live, I can use my AK for home defense and not have to worry about my neighbors, and everything. And I really like my little Bushnell. One advantage this little Bushnell has over a lot of other red dots is all I have to do is barely turn a knob, bang, and I'm on. Just like that, and I automatically have a red dot. And you know what, if it doesn't work, if my battery is dead or something by some freak chance, and it always happens when you least expect it, I can go right to my iron sights, no problem. You know how I feel about iron sights if you've ever watched my channel at all. Hey, you need to know how to use your iron sights. For the lady of the house, she knows how to work a pump shotgun. All she has to do is hit the safety and go to work. And, she knows how to rack the slide or whatever. And she is deadly with it, I assure you. This little pistol grip is I like it. It's short, it's compact. You can work around corners with it. I actually carry this in my truck sometimes. It's great for a truck gun. And revolvers. I have 3 of them dispersed in the house in separate places. They're just... Anyone who doesn't think that a revolver is a tactical weapon, they're only fooling themselves, because a revolver in a lot of ways is the most tactical weapon. There's no tap and rack, there's no failure to feed, there's no failure to empty. Can they malfunction? Sure. I mean, anything can malfunction, but if you hit a bad primer, have a misfire, all you have to do is pull the trigger on the next round, and the cylinder keeps spinning. So I totally believe in these for home defense, especially if you have family members around who are not gun enthusiasts. My lady, she's not a gun enthusiast, but she listens to me, and she does believe in defense, especially of her family, more so than herself. So I respect her for that, and she can shoot. She listens. That's the main thing about her, is that she really listens to what I say. And she has no ego, unlike a lot of people, This is the Glock 19. This is my everyday carry. I carry this all the time. I also carry a little Smith J-frame revolver. But I carry my little 19 with me everywhere. It has night sights, but they're very visible during the day. And even though I don't always usually I don't always carry a light, and I normally do not have lights on my weapons just because of the layout in my house. I do have night sights on my 19, and it makes me really comfortable. Now the layout of my house, it's just a 1-level ranch, and the way it's laid out is the kitchen is right here, and you have to come through the door this way here, and then you're in my kitchen. Then you have to come around, because the the stove and the oven, everything's right here. And then the wall ends, and the kitchen area is right here, or the dining area, I'm sorry. And then the big open living room right here. Well, then there's down the hallway. You have to get through me to get to anything else, like my 2.5-year-old son, or anything else in my house. So I leave my kitchen light on all the time, and I leave my carport light on. That's just, I don't know, that's just the way I am. I leave my lights on in the very front of the house all the time, at night, just in case, because I just, that's just the way I think. I don't know, but anyway, so for that very reason, I don't really keep many lights on my guns. But I do highly recommend lights on your guns. You need to know what you're shooting at. You need to know what you're looking down your sights at. So you need a light on your weapon if you don't have a setup similar to mine where you can keep a light on all the time and you can see what's coming. Okay? And it actually gives me an advantage the way I'm set up, because I'm still in the dark, but they're in the light. So, yeah. It works for me. And anyway, but you know, shotguns are, I believe, maybe the best home defense there is. At close range, there's nothing that can compare to a shotgun. And I like this little pistol grip because, you know, you can turn corners, you can maneuver really quickly. This is only about 30 inches long. If you've watched any of my videos before, this is a New England. And it has a 21-inch barrel, and I've changed and put a pistol grip on it. Use it as a truck gun sometimes. It's great for that and everything. These are the weapons that I use for home defense, and I actually have about 3 revolvers set about in different places in the house, so that, you know, they're just dispersed in strategic places. If anything ever happens, someone can just grab that and go. There's actually one in the bathroom in case, you know, the lady's at home, she's taking a shower and she hears someone breaking in. She can immediately get to a weapon that she knows how to use well and defend herself. And so even batons, you know, like this right here is a beast. It's got a good weight to it and everything. But, you know, us folks, you know, I'm from the South, and us folks in the South, we're a little bit, you know, we're a little bit abrasive. We like to fight, and even though we're peaceful and God-fearing and everything else, we are not afraid of a good fight. And I like how this, you know, comes out like this. So I'm a big believer in blades as well, and I have a couple of blades also dispersed around the house in strategic locations that are out of reach from my 2.5-year-old son. So I try to keep everything as practical as possible, but I have to remain safe. I always have to think about, hey, you know, he cannot reach this. There's no way that he can get to it. I cannot make a mistake. That's something that you cannot afford, is to make a mistake with a young child in the house. So, you know, most of my stuff stays locked up in the safe all the time, but you know, I have to keep a practical, logical home defense system. And you know, she and I know it, and we're good to go, I assure you. I also believe in dogs. I have about a 30-pound mutt. You know, he thinks he's the toughest thing in the world. He thinks he can fight a grizzly bear. He's a feist. If you've ever seen a feist, I know he's part feist, but he's loud. Anything that comes within 100 feet of the house, and he lets us know it really quick. So that's a good thing to have, is an alarm. He's like an alarm. And we also have a 140-pound Mastiff. She's a French Mastiff, Turner and Hooch. If you've ever seen Turner and Hooch, that's what she is. And she is just a big goofball to us, but to strangers, she is not friendly at all. She's just mean, and she will attack. And I don't understand the breed completely, because I've never had a dog that was so ready to protect as she is, which is great in a way, but it's also a liability. So, I mean, she is not even friendly to my 93-year-old grandmother, who is just dripping with sweetness, you know, but she doesn't even like her because she doesn't know her. And that's just the way it is, but she's comforting to have around when I'm not here. To have a 140 pound, that's a big dog. 140 pound Mastiff is something to be reckoned with, I assure you. When I come home, she can stick her head, she's so happy when I come home, and she'll run up and she'll stick her head between my legs and literally pick me up off the ground with her neck. I'm 220 pounds, and she picks me up like I'm a sack of feathers. So, yeah, she is a force to be reckoned with. Be creative when you stage your firearms. You know, when you deploy them, you know, you have to put them in places where, you know, they're strategic. You can get to them quick. You can have a rapid deployment and defend yourself as quickly as possible. And, you know, keeping out of the reach of children. But anyway, I could go on and on and on about this, but, you know, as far as types of ammo and a lot of this stuff, I'm going to have to save for a future video, because I'm getting a little bit long-winded here. But these are my main, you know, my Ruger GP100, and also a Smith & Wesson airweight revolver also go with this Smith & Wesson revolver here. They're all strategically placed throughout the house, and also a Glock. I have another Glock and a couple other shotguns, but you know, that's for future videos. I'll get into strategic placement and stuff like that. Anyway, y'all go check out Gun Enthusiast. Great guy. I'm telling you, if you go watch his videos, you'll like him immediately, and you will subscribe. I hope you will, because he deserves it. He's a great guy, and he has a lot of good stuff going on. So, anyway, until the next one, I appreciate you watching. Y'all come see us.